Hi everyone, we've made it to the 13th of November, so getting through these almost halfway. I said on my first episode that I wanted to make sure I was working on other podcast stuff than just my normal recording and editing and so on. So today, this evening, I've actually worked on one of my Discord scripts. I said that the Discord series that I've been planning for a long time, I've got 7+1 episodes in total to do. So I had written the first episode, but I wanted to go back and just refresh the script and make sure I had the quotes that I wanted in, so I've done that, and I've started writing the first full episode about one element of the Discord series. It's taking longer than I expected it to. I probably should have expected it to take a while, because writing always does. I'm finding it interesting because I don't want to spoil any of the plots, but because I'm writing about an ongoing series, as I'm getting through the books, I'm having to think of more creative ways to change the way I talk about some elements, or to not include a reference at all because it becomes a spoiler later on. So that's an interesting take. I'm quite pleased I did all my quote gathering early on, because anytime that I think, oh, this will be a good place for a quote or something that I know I want to reference, I can go and find the list that I've made already and insert it. I'm not then breaking up the writing to have to go and find a book and get them. So far I've only gone up and fetched one book from my shelf, so that's a copy of Pyramids, which is now sat next to me. I dare say there will be others as I go. I've certainly had to look up a couple just using Google to have to look up blurb to double check the phrasing of something, or reference a blurb, because that's quite a useful way to check what I can and can't say about a book's plot. I sort of figure a blurb is like a trailer. If it's in the blurb, I can probably reference it. That's probably okay. It's not going to give away too much. I've also been trying out a new podcast app today. I was a bit worried about the mistake that I'd made yesterday, so I wanted to double check using a different app to load the RSS feed to make sure everything had sorted itself out correctly. And the app that I found has actually got a couple of nice features to it, so been playing around with that. Particularly, it's really good at getting show notes, which the app that I always use has never done very well. So it's quite nice to have something now that probably demonstrates show notes and gives me links to things so I can go and look at stuff, because I always have to remember to look it up when I'm sat at a PC. Most of the time I'm listening to podcasts, I'm out and about, so I don't always remember, and it's frustrating when you do have to go back and figure out which episode of a show you're listening to when you wanted to see a thing. So I'm probably going to do a little bit more script writing, and hopefully during this week I'll do a bit more. I definitely want to get 2 done by the end of the month. I'm hoping to get more done, but I'm starting with the very lengthy ones, so if I can get those 2 done, that's actually at least a quarter of all the Discworld books covered. So hopefully I will be able to get through them. I just need to keep plodding on, keep working at it, and I'm sure I will get there eventually.